Imagine this, you bought a house. Not just any house, your house. The place where you make the rules. You paint the walls, whatever damn color you please. Lilac, go for it. Now imagine someone waltzing in, someone you didn't elect, someone you didn't even invite. They start changing the locks, dictating dinner times, and painting that lovely lilac a depressing beige. This, my friends, is not home ownership. This is what it feels like to live in America right now. We thought we owned this democracy. We believed in the whole of the people, by the people, for the people thing. But somewhere along the way, we became renters in our own house. We traded ownership for the illusion of comfort, for the ease of letting someone else deal with the leaky faucets of governance. And now we're stuck with a landlord who seems to have confused the Constitution with a roll of toilet paper. Look, I'm not saying previous administrations haven't redecorated a bit, a new throw pillow here, a slightly aggressive welcome mat there. But this isn't just rearranging the furniture. This is taking a sledgehammer to the load-bearing walls of democracy. And it's happening right under our noses. Don't get me wrong, apathy isn't a new house guest in American politics. But this level of complacency, this May shrug as our democratic norms get tossed out the window like yesterday's Twitter rant, that's how democracies crumble, folks. They don't go out with a bang, but with the whimper of indifference. Remember history class? Kings and queens, absolute power, the whole shebang? We fought a revolution to get away from that nonsense. Yet here we are, centuries later, staring down the barrel of unchecked power again. Sure, Trump might not wear a crown, though knowing him, he's probably got one lying around somewhere. But the playbook's the same. Undermine the press, silence dissent, centralize power. It's a greatest hits album of authoritarianism, and frankly, it's gotten old. We've seen this movie before, the Roman Republic crumbling under Caesar, the French Revolution paving the way for Napoleon. Power consolidates, freedoms erode, and the people, they're left picking up the pieces. But here's the thing, we're not in a history book. This isn't some dusty old parable. This is happening now, and the ending isn't written yet. We, the people, still have a say in this narrative, but we need to start acting like it. Now, let's talk about Elon Musk, tech guru, meme lord, and apparently the unelected overlord of government efficiency. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate a good electric car as much as the next guy, but when a billionaire with no government experience starts running cabinet meetings, that's not innovation, that's a hostile takeover. This new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE as they so adorably call it, is less about efficiency and more about gutting essential services. It's like taking your car in for an oil change and having them streamline your engine by removing the spark plugs. Sure, it's technically more efficient in the sense that it no longer functions at all, and the kicker, people are losing their jobs. Hard-working Americans tossed aside like yesterday's SpaceX prototype. But hey, at least the government saved a few bucks, right? Except, of course, for the whole mass unemployment leading to economic downturn thing. But who has time for nuance when we're busy worshipping at the altar of efficiency? Section 4, a crisis of silence. Here's the truly terrifying part. The silence, where's the outrage? Where are the checks and balances our founding fathers so carefully crafted? Congress is fiddling while Rome burns, issuing strongly worded letters that wouldn't intimidate a toddler. The courts are moving with the speed of a sedated sloth, and the media, well, let's just say some outlets are more interested in access than accountability. Fear has a way of silencing even the loudest voices. When speaking out could cost you your job, your platform, or even your safety, it's easier to just keep your head down and hope the storm passes. But silence is complicity. Every time we stay quiet, every time we let a transgression slide, we're chipping away at the very foundations of our democracy. This isn't about left versus right anymore. This is about right versus wrong. This is about defending the very principles that make America, well, America. The freedom to disagree, to criticize, to hold our leaders accountable. Those freedoms are enshrined in our Constitution, not in the whims of whoever happens to be occupying the Oval Office. Section 5, reclaiming the deed. So what can we do? How do we take back our democracy from the brink? It's simple, really. We fight, we make noise, we vote like our freedoms depend on it, because they do. Call your representatives, write to your newspapers, organize protests, donate to organizations fighting for democratic values, become a thorn in the side of complacency. Channel your inner Samuel Adams, your Susan B. Anthony, your John Lewis. This isn't about blind optimism. This is about choosing to believe that our democracy is worth fighting for. That the ideals of equality, justice and representation are more than just words on a dusty parchment. They're the very soul of this nation. We may be renters right now, stuck with a terrible landlord and a leaky faucet of a government, but we're also the inheritors of a legacy far greater than any one administration. It's time we started acting like it. It's time we reclaimed the deed to our democracy.